Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for an 80-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to know is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com and click on the state you live in. We're licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Click the coverage amount you want, and then birthday, and just hit get quotes now. It will take you to the actual quoter that we use to help people, and you'll be able to see all the different insurance companies that are available in your state, and you'll be able to get actual pricing, which is really cool. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and talk with a real human being. So the first thing you need to think about if you're looking for $20,000 worth of insurance at age 80 is that going to be enough coverage for what you want done? Now, if you're looking at a cremation, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, that's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. So $20,000 is obviously enough. In fact, you're probably overinsured. And if you're going to have some sort of cremation, then have a celebration of life or remembrance ceremony, then that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. And $20,000 is going to be more than enough for that too. But again, if you're looking for a brand new policy, we recommend you don't overinsure. Don't look to leave extra money for your family at age 80 because the insurance just gets more expensive. So if, again, right around $5,000 for just a cremation where you come home in a cardboard box and urn, that's going to be adequate. You're going to have more than enough coverage for the coming years to hedge against inflation. And if you're looking at having a cremation with some sort of ceremony, we might recommend you look at like $7,000 or $8,000. Just keep in mind, you can always add more coverage later. So, just be mindful of your budget. Most of the people we help are on a fixed or limited income. So we're just very cautious on how you spend your money. Now, if you're going to be buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. So, it's not going to be anything fancy. I can guarantee you that. But we can't imagine many funeral homes if you walked in with a $10,000 check, they would tell you no and allow you to walk down the road and spend that money at one of their competitors. So just keep in mind, if that's all you can afford right now, get that $10,000 because that means your family won't have to pay that money, especially with first day coverage. But if you've got longevity in your family and you think you're going to live longer, you may be $12,500, $15,000. If you've got the financial means to get $20,000, cool, go for it. But again, we'd rather see you get just enough insurance and not be overinsured. We just don't recommend it at age 80 because the insurance does start to get more expensive once you're in your 80s. Now, we always recommend getting first day coverage, and that's what we specialize with at Funeral Funds of America, first day coverage benefits with low-cost same-day approvals. Yeehaw. Now, a lot of times people would say, I'd like to get that first day coverage, but they ask health questions, and I've got some health issues. Just understand most health issues are accepted by the insurance companies that we work with, and we work with a number of different ones. So if you've got some sort of a health issue, we can typically work around that and still get you first day coverage. The only reason we wouldn't be able to get you first day coverage is if you had some really serious health stuff going on, like, you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or you were in a hospital or in a nursing home, stuff like that. The other thing that seems like happens weekly with us is somebody calls up and says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and the body's down at the funeral home, and they didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. And we need to get this insurance really quick so we can pay the funeral home and get this person buried. And we have to tell those people that, unfortunately, there's no insurance company in America that will offer an insurance policy on somebody who's already died. I know, it would seem to be common sense, but these people are surprised. And I think they're just surprised because, number one, they're devastated emotionally, but financially, they just don't have the money and they're grasping for straws. So, shame on that person that died for not taking care of their family and leaving this emotional and financial burden on other people. So really the only lesson you can learn there is get this insurance before you need it. And don't do that to your family or loved ones. It's a terrible thing to do when they're not prepared for that. So the other thing we recommend you don't do is go with a 2-year waiting period plan, because those 2-year waiting period plans are not going to pay out any funds at all in the first 2 years if you die of a health or medical reason. They will only return your premiums and interest back, but you don't want your premiums back. You want the death benefit, right? So Colonial Penn is one of the best known 2-year waiting period plans out there. Probably simply because they advertise it seems like every 7 minutes, it seems like that when on TV, they're on all the time. And a lot of 80-year-old males would probably think, I outsmarted the insurance companies because I made it to age 80. Now I'm going to come in at the very last minute, and for $9.95, I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 worth of insurance. And then they go to Colonial Penn, and there we go. Age 80, $9.95 for 1 unit of coverage. They would get $426. Probably not what our 80-year-old male was thinking at the time. So you need to really watch the 2-year waiting period companies. There's other ones out there. Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha product, AIG, Gerber. And there's a bunch of other insurance companies out there too that's all they offer is 2-year waiting periods. And some of those companies have done a pretty darn solid job of convincing people over age 50 that the only thing they can qualify for is a 2-year waiting period, which is absolutely not the truth, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So first day coverage is really important. Now, I'll show you some first day coverage pricing here in just a moment, but the challenge with Colonial Penn here is that you're not going to be able to get $20,000 at age 80 just because they max out at 15 units. Let's see what that coverage is. So for $149, that's 15 units, you could get $6,390. So you can't even get $20,000 through Colonial Penn. You would have to go with first day coverage. And let's go over to our quoter here. We've got $20,000 male, age 80. We're going to get a quote. And again, it's going to be more than this $149, of course, because it's $20,000 worth of insurance, and you're only, getting $63.90 over here at Colonial Penn. So, looking at the pricing, I don't know, roughly around $275, just kind of rounding numbers, $264, maybe $270. Let's say $270. So it's $270 versus $149, but it's not quite, but almost, 4 times the coverage? $63.90 up to $20,000. Let's look at some other companies here, see if there's anybody else out here. Maybe a company that advertises quite a bit. Oh, yeah. Lincoln Heritage. Fine company, level coverage, first day coverage. But look at this pricing, $363. Now, the reason they're a little more expensive is because they've got a plan out there. When somebody passes away, they'll call 2-3 different funeral homes, try to get the best pricing, and maybe do a couple other things. But they charge a premium for that. That's $363 versus $275, $60. I'm just trying to do the math in here. 63 would be $60. Let's say it's $280. That's $60. That's $80. So 8 times 12 is $960 more a year. And if you live another 10 years, you're going to overpay $9,600 some dollars, roughly, for a $20,000 plan. So why? A lot of people would say, well, man, for kind of $9,600, if they're going to make 2-3 phone calls and maybe do a couple of things, that seems like pretty good pay. And most people would say, I'd rather keep that money in my own pocket. So what we would recommend is go with a company that's got better pricing. And what we do is we actually provide free of charge a funeral and estate planning guide. And you can just fill that out in advance. It says who gets what goes where, where you want to be buried, kind of your final wishes, all that stuff. Lays it out clearly for folks. We recommend you fill that out and keep it with your insurance policy. That when you pass away, your family just picks it up and you've got everything set for them. Everything's laid out for them, and they will know that you are loving them and thinking about them and protecting them when that day comes that they're going to be under a lot of financial and emotional stress, and you cared enough to take care of that in advance for them. And you've got your final wishes, and you've got money for them in a policy that's not going to have a 2-year waiting period policy. So pretty cool stuff. But you'll be able to look at our quote, check out all the pricing. Go ahead and do that. But again, go back to our website, and pretty much every page we have this quote, or you can call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. And if you're just looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out with that. If you've got an existing policy, you want to add coverage to it, we can help you with that. And if you're just price shopping, we can help you with that. And even if you just want information, we can help you with that. Or if you got an existing policy and you want to add more coverage, yeah, we can help you with that. So just reach out to us. We look forward to that day when we get to actually chat with you. And until that day comes, you take care. You have a nice day. Stay safe.